Mambo VP, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Witness. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, comment and share. So I decided to make this video in English and I want to share with you all my visa experience. I thought it might be helpful to one person or another so they can prepare well, like the question, what can you expect on your visa questions interview. So I know that it has never been easy to apply for a visa. Like those processes, preparing the document can be extremely exhausting and tiring actually, and very stressful, by the way. Waiting for visa results can be very overwhelming and you really don't know. You have a lot in mind, like what if this will happen. I know all those feelings because I have been there actually, yeah. So I understand all the stress that you can go through, all the prayers that you can be praying so that you can be granted your visa. But you are not alone, just know that, and just know that it will be fine and everything will work out. With the US embassy, it's easy. Like you go for the interview, then you'll be told that your visa is granted or not. So the next day you're going to take your visa. But most European countries, it takes 3 weeks processes, 4 weeks sometimes. So you will have to wait, and what will happen. And sometimes the life just stuck, like you pause your life waiting for them to call you. What I want to tell you that after you have applied for a Schengen visa, just relax, take it easy, just hope for the best and do your thing. Keep doing what you do, keep going to work, just be active and forget all those things. Don't stuck at one point. Yeah. So the question is, my first experience with visa, I applied. I went to the VFS official and they gave me the checklist of what I should attach. Yes, and I put all the documents and they sent it to Danish embassy in Nairobi. And all the processes after submitting is to the VFS official. They will tell you all the processes that your visa has been collected to VFS official and your visa has been transferred to, they'll tell you all the processes. So when your visa is there at the Danish embassy, they'll let you know. You see, yeah. So after applying, and I got a call from a Danish embassy. They introduce themselves and they ask what's your name. And sometimes in this interview, they pretend that they haven't read all the information. So you'll be asked the informations that you have been filled on the application form, on the cover letter. Like they assume that they haven't read anything. So you should be very confident to answer those questions. You don't hesitate. And please, one thing that I want to tell you: don't lie, because you'll be keeping on lying. So you need a lot of lies to cover up the lies. So don't lie, just be true and honest, because once they detect that you are lying, your visa will be rejected. Yeah. So that visa official called me and asked me, like, what's your name? And I told him, and what are you going to do in Denmark? I told him that I'm going to visit my husband, and they will ask you questions. When did you guys got married? Because in my case, I'm married. So they'll ask you, when did you guys got married? You'll tell them. And they ask me, how did we meet? So you have to tell them, where did you meet? And they asked me, do you know any of the family members, like the sisters and brothers? Can you mention them, their names? Those kind of questions. What does your husband do? And what do you do? They ask those questions. And they asked me, how long are you going to be there? I said 3 months. And they said, 3 months, that's a long time. Like, why would you apply for a visa, like for 90 days visa? So I had to explain myself that I had to explain that, like why 3 months, because I was working, like why would you go for 3 months? So I had to explain that. So in any questions that they ask, they just need clarification, they just need justification. So make sure you justify yourself. So those were the questions that I mean most of the time. So yeah, so you have to be very confident to answer those questions. So sometimes they shake you, they can ask you hard questions because it's a phone interview. So sometimes so if you're visiting your friend, they want the relationship, like what the relationship that you and your friend share. So you have to justify that. And when was the first time that your husband came to Tanzania? And they asked that I should attach the visa, like Tanzanian visa, my husband Tanzanian visa, and they asked for photos. So we sent the photos, and they asked for salary slip, because at the first I did not attach my salary slips and my employment contract. They asked for that, so we had to send them. Yeah, and when they need some information, some added information, some documents, they'll let you know, like by Monday or by Tuesday you should send this document. So that was my first experience. The good thing is it's a phone interview, so if you are not sure of answering or you are collecting your answers, you can keep on saying hello. So like the network is shaking, yes, like to prepare your answer very well. So one thing I really want to insist you again, don't lie. And this time I was worried, like what will happen, and actually I paused my life at once. By the second time I applied and I continued to do my things. Like I didn't even remember that I applied for a visa. Yes, so the second time they just called me like, hey, what are you going to do in Denmark? The same thing, like visiting my husband, and they asked when are you going to come back, because when you're applying for a visiting visa, they want you to come back. They don't expect you to stay there. So make sure that even if you're planning to stay, like to apply for residence permit while you are in Schengen area, just make sure that you don't tell them, don't mention it to them. Just tell them that you come back, and show the strong ties that you have in your home country. Like convince them that you will come. They need to see that. Like convince them that you are going to come back. Don't tell them that you're having your plans. So, and then they asked me, what is your future plans with your husband? This was the most difficult question, because I have been told with friends that they want to see your intention to return back home. So, and when you tell them what your intentions, like what is your future plan, where are you going, where do you plan to live? I was asked that question 2 times, like from the first interview and to the second time that I was applying, like what is your future plans? And I told them for the moment I'll be coming back until that we are ready, like we think that we are ready and we have all the requirements for a residence permit application. Yeah, so you can just keep it short and simple. So sometimes they will ask you silly question and you'll be like, what? How can they ask me that? And the second time they asked me, hey, we see that you have a lot of money on your bank accounts. Where do you get them? Those kind of questions. So you have to justify where the source of money is coming from. Yes, like you can just tell them like you have some things, a business also. So yeah, they just want to confirm those things. And one thing, they want to see a bank statement on your name. Yes, they want to see that you have a pocket money. So the thing that they don't tell you, how much should you have and how less should you have, you see. But if you have less, they will reject your application because you cannot support yourself while you are here. And if it's much, then they ask you the source of money, you see. And they don't tell you like what should you. That was my experience with visa interview. So far it went well. If you don't understand the question, you can ask like, pardon please, or explain more. They are very friendly and they can be able to explain to you. So just be confident, don't lie, be straightforward, and I wish you all the best. You got this. So thank you so very much for watching. See you on the next video. Bye bye.